Today we're going to be talking about bottles of bourbon, but we're not going to be talking about what's in the bottle. We're going to be talking about the bottle itself. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, welcome back to Brad's Bourbon Reviews. I'm Brad, and today we're going to be talking about bottles of bourbon that are really aesthetically pleasing to look at. So the criteria for today's video is, first off, nothing in the bottle counts. So this could be dirty shoe water in the bottle, and we're just going by the bottle aesthetics. Now, what does bottle aesthetics mean? It means shape design and or label design. So with all that said, let's go ahead and get into them here. These are in no particular order until we reach number one. First one up here, we are going with Still Austin's the Tanager. I just recently opened this. I've kind of been doing this thing lately where I'm saving some of my more rare bottles, not just for content, but for like life events. And I had a pretty significant life event happen this past week. So I opened it up and I just love this thing. But that's not what we're talking about today. Today we're talking about the packaging for this thing. This is one of the most beautiful bottles of bourbon, one of the most beautiful packagings I've ever seen. I love so much. The cork on this is like a bird's nest. They just could not have done a better job with the packaging on this. The bottle design itself is gorgeous. It's got like the ridges on the neck of the bottle, the cork, like I mentioned, the label, and then to top it all off with that beautiful box and the artwork on the inside is just amazing. They knocked it out of the park. I'm a big Still Austin fan, and this just like elevated my fandom to a different level. So shout out to Still Austin. It's one of the most beautiful bottles of bourbon ever made. Moving on to the next one. All right, up next we have, I'm just kind of grabbing these as I go. We have Rock Hill Farms. A very, very beautiful bottle covered in horses. It kind of just encapsulates all of Kentucky in a bottle design. I think this is great. Same square shape as the Caribou Crossing, and actually debated putting that one on this list as well. But to me, this is just such a elegant, beautiful bottle. You could totally use this bottle once the bourbon on the inside is gone. It's just a decanter, and no one would know otherwise unless you told them that it was a bottle of Rock Hill Farms, or unless they knew it was a bottle. It's just absolutely beautiful. The glass cork is just like, it's just a perfect bottle design. It's just so beautiful. Moving on to the next one. All right, this one is from High West. This is a Midwinter's Night Dram, and for me personally, I just love I've talked about this in many videos. I just love the blown glass aesthetics of like all the imperfections in the glass, and then the label on here is just such a cool freaking label. It just looks elegant, and it looks almost kind of mysterious. I think it's really, really cool. I love it so much. High West is one of those distilleries for me that like you could release the labels as artwork and people would buy it. This is my favorite out of all of them. Every time I see one of these on the shelf, it gets me excited, even though they're not all great. This one is like the mixture of the blown glass and how cool the label is. It just looks so great. And this one smells fantastic too. Jesus, I forgot how good this one was. This is Act 11 for anyone curious. But yeah, this bottle's just beautiful. Moving on to the next one. All right, let's do a more recent bottle here. This is a bottle that I actually was really, really impressed with. This is the James E. Pepper Barrel Proof Decanter series. I have batch 26, I believe. Yes, batch 26. I really enjoyed this bottle. It wasn't like a bottle of the year contender for me or anything like that. It wasn't quite that good, but I think the bottle design is gorgeous. And it's actually a throwback bottle design to a bottle they released, I believe, in the 60s, and they kind of like redid it and like made it more modern. But I mean, like, this bottle is something you would see like at your grandfather's house. This is another one. Like, if you had this just as a decanter, like if there was a way to like get this off and you just wanted to use it as a proper decanter, you absolutely could. It's just a stunning bottle. The cork is beautiful. It's got this big, thick cork on top. One of my favorite designs of all time, and just also a solid bourbon. So these are gorgeous. Moving on to the next one. But before we get any further into this video, we need to thank today's sponsor, me. This episode is brought to you by my Patreon. If you like the videos that you see here over on YouTube, there is a cool little community over on Patreon. We have 2 tiers available currently right now. The other ones are sold out. We have a $5 tier, which will give you access to 2 extra videos for Patreon and 2 audio exclusive episodes of the podcast each month. You also get early access to the videos that I do post. Basically, I'm a one-man team. So basically, when I post a video, it goes to Patreon almost immediately. There's also a $10 tier, which gets you everything that the first tier does, plus access first to barrel picks. You get to dictate the videos you want to see. There are polls. There's a lot of fun over there. If you are so inclined and you like this channel and you'd like to support a smaller content creator, head on over to the link in the description. You can check out the Patreon. Thank you guys for watching, and back to the video. All right, so I picked this one, but it kind of stands in for the whole line. This is Thomas H. Handy. This is representing the entire BTAC lineup. The elegance and simplicity of these bottle designs is like just awesome to me. One of my favorite things about it, I probably should have grabbed the George T. Stagg because you can kind of see it more. But one of my favorite things about these bottles is the back label has a picture of the person that they're that the bottle's named after. I don't know what the Sazerac 18 one has because that's not named after a person necessarily. You can see George C. Stagg in the bottle once it's gone. So the coolest thing about them for me is like how simple they are, but how much they stand out amongst other bottles. I think it's really, really cool. And I don't have to tell you how good BTAC is. You know, the bottle design, I think, on all of these is beautiful. My favorite is probably the Eagle Rare 17, but I don't own one, so I went with the Thomas H. Handy for this video. Moving on to the next one. You can't make a video talking about beautiful bottle design without bringing up Old Fitz Decanter series. This is Old Fitz 10 year. Again, what's in this bottle is really, really solid. Like, this could be used as like a prop in a movie for some like Wall Street executive guy who's got like drinks in his office, and you like just remove the label and no one would ever know what it was outside of people who know. I love the cork on this thing. It just feels so substantial. It's big. It's just beautiful. This bottle is absolutely stunning. Like, this is another one that stands out on any shelf that you put it on, and for good reason. It's eye-catching. It's gorgeous. The labels itself is nice. The green they use, the red, the white, like, I really, really like it. It's just a stunning bottle. It's so pretty. Moving on to the next one. This one might be a little less talked about design-wise than other bottles, but to me, it is so distinct, and I just think it looks absolutely beautiful. This is Old Forester Birthday Bourbon. I love the squatty design. I love that it looks like a genie lamp. I love that it just looks like nothing else. The only other bottle that kind of looks similar to this is 13 Colony. And even with a similar bottle design, this one just looks so much more elegant. It's just really, really pretty. And I'm actually going to be opening this. I'm recording this the week before my birthday. My birthday is February 16th. I'll be opening this for my birthday, and I'm going to have a good time. I've been holding on to this one for a while, so I am excited to open this Old Forester Birthday Bourbon for my birthday. But the bottle design is just gorgeous. It's just simple. Again, the design stands out, and I love that the front label is kind of like etched into the glass. I think if this had like just a slapped on label, you could see like the plasticky or like the sticker outline. It wouldn't look as nice, but the fact that it's just like etched onto the bottle itself is just beautiful. And I'm hoping this is really good because I've been saving this one for a while and I've never had birthday bourbon before. Moving on to the next one. All right. You probably figured too, talking about beautiful bottles of bourbon, that a Blanton's bottle would show up on this list, and guess what? You'd be correct. But maybe not the one you thought. Maybe it is if you know me. This is Blanton's Gold. This one kind of follows the same thing with me for the birthday bourbon, where the label on the Blantons looks nice and all that stuff. But if you look at the gold, it just looks different than all of the other ones, and it just stands out. The labels are nice. I have no problem with the labels, but again, this being like on the glass and not as a sticker is just so great. And then you have the handwritten date and the handwritten barrel number and the warehouse H, obviously, which I don't know why I have to handwrite H, but like the Rick number, all that stuff, like it just looks so beautiful on this. Plus, obviously, you got the gold topper. I think it's the only Blanton's that has a different top like that. I think all the other ones are like that, like brass or like that metal. It's just absolutely beautiful. Outside of number one, this is probably my favorite bottle design on the market. I just think it looks so beautiful. I think it's the best looking Blanton's by far. If someone disagrees, I'd like to know why. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Moving on to the next one. Brad's bourbon review video. You know Jack Daniels is going to show up at some point. And it came in at number 2, even though this isn't ranked. But this bottle design is what made me buy this bottle. I knew when I bought this and paid way too much for it that I would never open it because I just don't care about it. But I fell in love with the bottle design. And I think this bottle is one of the coolest looking bottles of Jack Daniels ever produced, outside of like the 150th anniversary and a few other small ones. But this is the best one that I have. This is the Jack Daniels, like kind of the before and after rested and unrested rye, and I have both of them. I'm talking specifically about this one because I don't like clear liquid on the shelf. It just kind of looks see-through. You can see the difference here. Like, it looks so different. So I picked this one because I just love this bottle design. I actually like this bottle design better than like the most recent, like the Coy Hill, like that other square bottle design. I prefer this. I think this looks way more elegant. It looks more distinct. I love how this, like, the label folds across to another side of it. Like, I just think it looks really nice. The little bolo tie it has, essentially. I just really like it for some reason. I don't know if anyone feels the same way that I do about this bottle design, but I think this thing is absolutely beautiful. It's my favorite bottle of Jack Daniels to look at. I think it's just so pretty and just looks so sick. I love it so much. They should go back to these. I really wish they would. Moving on to the last one. All right, this is my number one. I know I said they were not all in order. They're not all in order, but this one to me is the most beautiful bottle on the market. I think it's gorgeous. I think the simplicity of it, kind of along the lines of BTAC, just make it look so simple and elegant. And then the label is the best looking label on the market, and you cannot convince me otherwise. I am talking about, of course, Old Rip Van Winkle 10-year. I think this is the coolest bottle on the planet. I don't know why, but when I see the label, it reminds me of the Led Zeppelin Stairway to Heaven poster. I just, the old guy with the beard and the cane. Have you ever seen the movie The Song Remains the Same from Led Zeppelin? I'm a big Led Zeppelin fan. Have you ever seen the movie Song Remains the Same from Led Zeppelin? There's a sequence where Jimmy Page like turns into that guy from Led Zeppelin 4 on the inside with the staff, and it reminds me of him. Maybe that's why I like it this much, but I just think this is the coolest looking bottle of bourbon. I'm so happy to finally have gotten one of these. I got it for like $110 in the ABC vault, so paid a good price for it. Color on it is just gorgeous, and it's just my favorite. I just love it. I have a soft spot for this bottle. Comment down below. Let me know what your favorite looking bottle of bourbon is. I'd love to know if there's one I missed. It's obvious. Please comment down below. Make sure while you're down there, you leave a like and subscribe. We are on our way to 5,000 subscribers. We just hit 3,500 the other day. Thank you all very, very much. I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, cheers. A big thank you to all the Patreon supporters you see on screen right now.